class, we can see children playing, moving, and adopting roles. Drama used in the classroom is a way teachers can harness children's creative powers in the learning process. At Withrow Avenue Public School, Saya Haiko, a teacher of a grade 2-3 class, is beginning to use drama techniques in her classroom. Here she focuses on movement and class control.
And move with as many parts of your body as you can. Go. Don't use your mouth. Use every other part of your body except your mouth. Stop. I want you to try and see if you can speed it up just a little bit. You're going awfully slow. Let's see if you can speed it up just a bit. Go. Remember not to touch anyone. Ow. Freeze. Now pretend that all of a sudden you're on slow motion TV. Let's see if you can do the same thing in slow motion. Go. Slower. Get it slowed right down because that camera's only taking a tiny move at a time. Good for you, Elaine. You're going so slow I can hardly see you move. Don't forget your head's part of your body. Don't move it any faster than the rest. Freeze. There's not much of a difference, is there, when you're moving slowly? From this position, start to move faster and faster. Stop. This time when you boys and girls move, I want you to see if you can get a pattern to the way that you're moving. Whatever you're doing, I want you to have a beginning and an ending, and then I want you to repeat that all over again. Go. Freeze. I'm having trouble seeing your beginning and ending. What I'd like you to do is stop and pause for a moment to show me you finished and begin again so I can figure out where your beginning and your ending is. Go. Good for you, Nick. I like that movement. Stop. Find a partner. If you don't have a partner, come over to see me. You're my partner. Turn and face your partner so that your knees match. Watch me. I'll be the leader. When I say, I can do this, I want you to copy what I can do. I want you to say, I can do that when you copy me. Would you like to sit down and do it with the boys and girls this time? Then we'll do it together in a minute. I can do this.
I can do that.
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 Freeze. You all look exactly the same because you're copying me. It looks to me like I'm looking in a mirror because you look just like me. Put your hands down at your sides and match knees with your partner. Now you can come up and play with me, Sarah. We're going to play the game together with Sarah, and while we're playing, I want you boys and girls to play together. The only trouble is we want to know who the leader is. When I count 3, I want you to decide who's going to be blue and who's going to be green. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The boys and girls who are blue, put your hands up. I want the boys and girls who are blue to be the leaders and begin the game saying, I can do this. The green people will be the followers, and they're going to say, I can do that. Get your knees matched so that you can look right at your partner. Ready? Begin.
I can do this.
I can do that.
I can do
I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. Freeze. Oh, I see a lot of people that look exactly the same. You people are good mirrors because you can't tell which person is the real person and which person is the one that's doing the copying. Thanks, Sarah. You can sit down. I'm going to put some music on. Let's see if, when you're listening to the music, you can add the movement to the music and try and see if you can make it match the sound of the music. Ready?
At Brock Public School, Steve Aldstetter, a teacher of a grade 4-5 class, has been implementing drama across the curriculum. He will use the technique of teacher enroll to explore issues in a social studies lesson.
Yesterday, we talked about some of the problems of the town of Acton. Now, who remembers the main problem that the town of Acton is facing right now? Kamalji?
Where we can burn the garbage.
Yes. What did we used to do with the garbage in the town of Acton? Jason?
Throw it in a dump.
Now, the problem that we have to solve is where to put that incinerator. I'm going to ask you to meet in your neighborhood ratepayers groups. You have to decide, as a group, where you want the incinerator to go. In your ratepayers group, you have to think of all the reasons why you think the incinerator should go where you want it to go. All right, you can go to your meetings now.
You think that's the best place? Why?
Because when you burn it, people think. This way, right? Yeah, don't go here. Well, we need more money. Who wants to go take the spot?
You've had enough time to have your ratepayers meetings. I'm going to call the town meeting now. All right, when I come in, I'm going to be the mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, I've called this town meeting here for a very important reason. You know that we must put an incinerator in our town. We can no longer bury garbage in the dump. It's been going on too long. The farmers are complaining. We must build an incinerator and put it somewhere within our city limits. It's not a happy task we have today. Will the spokesperson from 2nd Avenue please stand up? Where does your group think we should put the incinerator?
Right there.
Where's that? You'll have to tell me.
3rd Street.
Why is that a good place to put the incinerator?
Because it won't blow in the town.
I see. I believe I see houses that are there. Do you know that there are people actually who live there? They're not at the meeting today, but those houses belong to people who live in town. That's something to think about, isn't it? Thank you for your suggestion. I'd like to hear now from the representative from Pleasant Crescent.
Everywhere we want to put it, it always has, well, it always pollutes the city. It always polluted.
You can't find a place to put it, but we have to put it someplace. Have you decided on a place?
We said near golf land,
What is the reason for that?
because the wind will blow out of Acton.
So the people in Acton won't smell the incinerator.
Yeah.
But you know, the tourists come to Acton to play golf. As a matter of fact, we had an all-pro golf tournament here just last year. That brought a lot of money. Your store, I know your store did very well, besides which I happen to be a golf player. Well, that's a suggestion. Think about it, please. Adelina, you were going to speak about where your group thinks the incinerator should go.
I'm going to put it beside Pleasant Crescent because the wind direction usually blows west, and it'll blow all the smoke and everything out of the village.
Where are you going to put it exactly?
We're going to put it right beside over there.
Right on the edge.
Yeah.
Right on the edge. Well, sometimes the wind changes. Does anyone have anything to say about that? Courtney from Pleasant Crescent, would you like to?
Our kids couldn't get sick from the smoke.
Well, maybe there's a solution. Melissa here may have a solution.
If the smoke is changing to the school area and the children are having their races, the children there could get, they could breathe through that thing.
You think that's a problem, do you? I see. Will you tell us where you think the incinerator should go?
We want the incinerator in Acton Marsh, and all the people from Pleasant Crescent could go, while they're at work, they could go to their work, and then when they come back, there would be no smoke or ashes or anything.
Well, that's an interesting idea. Did everyone understand that idea? That she only operates the incinerator while you people at Pleasant Crescent are at work. Courtney?
How about if when our kids come home from lunch, and the incinerator's still on?
That's something to think about, isn't it? Yeah. Raymond?
I think we should agree with Melissa on Acton Marsh.
You want Acton Marsh too. Why?
Because if you put, like, if you, I don't know, I just want to agree with that. So, and because like there's not too much houses there.
I see.
And the wind direction blows it for that way to get it out of the, so it won't come this way instead.
Maybe we better go over this again. There's two groups that say Acton Marsh. This group and this group. Yes, Melissa?
Foster, I think when the children in school should have lunch at school.
Adelina?
If they put the incinerator in the Acton Marsh, won't the incinerator sink?
Well, we can pour concrete in first to make sure it doesn't. Naveen has an idea here.
If we put it in Acton Marsh, then the people that have, and if people have holidays, then they won't be able to come home and have a quiet evening at home.
Oh, that's interesting.
They would have to go outside.
I see. Josh?
But what if somebody's babysitting at Pleasant Crescent and they have the thing there at Acton Marsh? It would be blowing at the baby, or it would be going across.
Maybe we better have a vote on this then. How many think that the incinerator should be in Acton Marsh? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hands 5. Hands down. How many think it should be in the wasteland? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How many think it should be in the golf course? That was suggested. 1. the majority of you want it in the wasteland. There are problems with that. Now, if you insist, we'll put it there, but there are problems with that. Kamaljit?
The wind usually blows this way, right? And it's going to blow into 3rd Avenue, 2nd Avenue, all that.
So that way the whole town gets the smoke, not just part of it. Jason?
And plus, I live right near Wasteland.
Oh. You mean 3rd Avenue is right near there, and you're going to get, and all the people there are going to get the smoke.
I think we should have it right there.
Right on the edge of the wasteland. Can you describe where you're saying? On the corner of the golf course?
A little bit. Up across the street.
Just
like
north of the across the street from the golf course. Why is that a good location?
Because that house won't get with all the smoke because there's a creek there.
So the creek will separate that.
And it'll blow right out.
Onto where?
Into the country.
How many like Jason's suggestion? Well, I want you to meet in your groups and talk about his suggestion then. I'll call the town meeting in 5 minutes. Meet in your groups now, please.
Here, around here. Now you go.
All right, I'd like to call this town meeting to order. I've just received, while you were meeting in your neighborhood groups, I've just received a telegram. It's from the government. They've been waiting and waiting and waiting. Listen to this carefully, please. They've been waiting and waiting and waiting for us to pick a place for our incinerator, and we haven't picked one. They have decided they are going to put the incinerator right in the middle of our bird sanctuary. Now, they have told us they are going to put the incinerator. Take a look at your maps, please. The incinerator is going right in the middle of our bird sanctuary, unless we can give them a better suggestion right now. They've waited and waited, and they're not going to wait any longer. Now, we better find a reason why they can't put it there, and you better have a good reason why they can't put it there, or those bulldozers out there are going to come in right away.
Mr. Mayor, because the birds, when they come to land, they'll die, and they might eat the garbage, and they might die.
Anything else?
If we put it beside the bird section, it's going to go to the other stores, and it might infect the food and the stores and the people.
I see. Walter?
The smell's going to go to the beach drive.
It will it?
After no one
so
can
what?
swim. After no one can go to the beach no more.
Why?
Because it's smelling garbage.
Any other reasons why it shouldn't be in the bird sanctuary?
I think we shouldn't put it there because the houses all around it. All the houses.
Why is that important?
Because people wouldn't like smoke in their house when they go to bed or if they have a little nap.
I see. That's another reason. All right. Adelina?
I don't think they should put it in the bird sanctuary because then some people could lose their jobs.
Melissa?
Because it's going to go over the people's house, and if they have babies, they're going to die. And it'll go into farmlands, and some people could lose their jobs.
All right. We have to pick a place now, and we have to pick a place quickly. We've heard all the suggestions. Let's decide on one, please. We must decide on a location. Which is the best location for that incinerator?
My group says at Jason's place.
Jason's suggestion is best. Anyone else want to speak about that? Renee?
I don't think it's not as bad as the bird sanctuary. Jason's place is better.
It's better than the bird sanctuary. Why is it better?
Because there's not many houses near there, and there's not many babies, and the babies might not die because the usual wind direction's going that way, and not that way.
All right, Raymond?
And I agree with Renee.
You do, okay. Well, what if we put it to a vote? All right, and we'll decide whether we want the bird sanctuary or Jason's location. All in favor of the bird sanctuary, by a show of hands. None out there. All in favor of Jason's location at the west edge, just north of the golf course. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for calling this meeting. End of drama.
Lundy is a drama consultant for the Toronto Board of Education. She is teaching a demonstration class of grade 6 students at Palmerston Public School. In 2 previous sessions, the students developed a dramatic situation in response to a poem studied in language arts.
To go there, and we are going in what kind of a vehicle?
A rocket ship.
How many per rocket ship?
500.
500, and how many rocket ships are there?
4.
Anything else that you would like to tell me before we disclose some of the secrets? Yes.
One of the reasons we're going because the enemy planted a bomb.
And where is the bomb? Does anyone know?
No.
You don't know?
No. It's under the surface, and it could be anywhere. We don't know, though.
Would all the people who are in the special group that were over on that side of the library the other day stand? All right. I'm going to ask you to go out of the library and to wait out there for just a minute, okay? All right, I want you to get into your groups that you were in last day, and I want you to plan what you are going to say when you meet the Earthlings. You have to decide what your strengths are. What can you say to the Earthlings that will make them want to accept you? So get into your groups right now.
What is going to happen?
You are the Earthlings, and I am the chief elder.
You don't have peace there.
You have arrived by a very mysterious means, and we are frightened by who you are. My council has been observing you until dawn, and they have many questions that they would like to ask you. In our planet, one person speaks at a time, and I will ask this person to ask questions of one of your spaceship members.
First, we want to know who you are. We're fugitives from the dark ages of Zor, because the warriors of Doom have been invading us, and we have to flee. And we came here because this is almost like our own planet, and we don't mean any harm. Well, do you plan to live here? Yes. We plan to make our own community and our own houses.
Do you come in war? Do you come in peace, or do you want to take over our planet in war?
We come in peace.
You may ask the people of your spaceship to sit.
Sit down, please.
You have come before us, and you have told us that you would like to stay here, but you have not told us why. All right, I'm going to go out of roll now so that we can talk about this for a minute. What I want you to remember is that you have nowhere else to go. Where can you go if you cannot stay on the planet Earth?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. What do you have to do in order to get to these people, in order to convince them? What do you have to do?
Maybe give them a gift.
You could give them a gift. What else could you do?
Demonstrate.
Demonstrate what?
Our knowledge and everything.
All right. You have to demonstrate your knowledge. Excellent. What else?
And our power?
What is the power that you have?
Well, we're stronger than them,
In what way are you stronger?
and in strength and in knowledge.
Strength and in knowledge. So you must, when you come before this council, you must convince them. You must appeal to them. You understand what appeal means? All right. Because if they say no, you're out. You're gone. You get into your spaceships and you go out into, where would you go? Nowhere. We're going to go back into the drama when I clap my hands. And you will be the people from the dark ages of Zor, and we will be the counselors of the Earthlings. And you must find a way of convincing these people that you must stay here. I hope that you have enjoyed the meal that was given to you. We have searched your spaceships, and we have looked over your material. Stand, you, and come forward. This is what?
That's the name tag of my school, the name tag of me.
And what were you, a principal in a
Yes.
school?
Yes.
A principal, so you had schools on this other planet?
Yes.
I see. And did you bring all the children with you?
Yes.
Why would you bring your name tag from another planet?
Because to remind me that I was a principal when I was on that planet of Zora.
And was it a happy time for you?
Yes.
Why was it happy?
Because I had a chance of learning about children culture.
I see. Well, we will keep that here. Thank you. You may sit down. You would like to be part of our society, is that correct? Well, first, my friends, I think you should find out what our society is like. Listen carefully.
Our society is very peaceful. We live in a valley, like a valley. Well, there's mountains all around us. We have no communication with other cities, towns, countries. We're surrounded by water. It's like an island we live on. We have no automobiles, which you might have seen on other parts of this planet. We have no advanced, we don't have the technology as people on other parts of the planet do.
We do not have enough room for you, not enough food, not enough nothing for you. So, in other words, you can't stay.
So you have heard from us. Stand. Prepare to go to your spaceship. I wish you well. I hope that you find another planet. Turn around. I said turn around. Step forward.
But our lives depend on you.
I know that very well. And we are very sorry that we on this planet and in this country cannot accept you. But we cannot. Is that understood?
Yes.
Well, on our planet, we've worked harder and we are more powerful than you. So any problems you have with...
Powerful?
Well, we've been through more than you and we've had harder times. So any problems you have here, we're willing to help.
Are you saying that you are more powerful because you have endured more?
Yes.
Tell me about what you have endured.
Well, the wars we've been having with other planets, they have more powerful weapons, and so it's just harder for us than you.
What have you suffered on your planet?
Death, loss of friends. We just, now we're losing our planet.
So what can you give us if you know how to suffer? What can you give us?
Well, like your council has said here that if we stay here, your land won't be on balance. We can just, help with anything you want.
I'm sorry, we don't need you.
For 1 second, have you and your council ever put yourself in our position?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, suppose you guys were us. And how would you feel if we said, no, I don't think that you can live here?
Give us one reason why we should accept you, and we will make the final decisions about your fate. You may be seated. Is there anyone else that would like to speak before you stand and turn towards your spaceships? You, stand.
We've seen a lot happen with flesh and blood and fighting and people being killed. And we've come down to this planet because, well, if that planet's gone, there's nowhere else to go. So we've come here and we're hoping you'll accept us, and you aren't.
We can't. We don't have buildings. There's not enough room. If we did, we might let you, but we don't have enough stuff to let you. If we had a bigger country, maybe, but we don't have a bigger country, so you can't stay. You have to go off wherever. We not have feelings the same just like you?
I have no idea.
Well, I guess that all of us here have feelings.
And what are those feelings?
Well, the same feelings you have, that, you know, it hurts us right there. Same way that it hurts you. I don't see why you should lay this on us. If you live here, we'll die too. So you come here and you say, we have to accept you.
Why didn't you answer the question before that if you were us and we didn't want you here? Why didn't you answer that question?
Because we live here.
Because that would never happen.
And we're not in your situation. We can take...
Why didn't you could have pretended that you were in a situation, and why didn't you answer the question?
What good would that do for us?
Well, I'd like to know, because how would you feel if you were in our position?
We would never leave our country. You have made the decision to leave yours. You made that decision. And you live with the consequences. Is that understood? Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No.
You may be seated.
But if you were us, and you were on the dark ages of Zor, and you had a choice to live or to die, which one would you choose?
We have heard enough from the planet of Zor, and my counselors and I feel that we shall have a conference to decide your fate.
They don't know all the way through.
Our decision is that you can stay in the mountains. In the beginning, we might help you, but after the first 2 months, you have to be totally independent on yourselves. And you cannot disrupt the nature, pollute the water, pollute anything. It has to be totally balanced as it is right now.
Stand. You may go back to your spaceships one last time. And then you may proceed to the mountains where you will live. Good night.
At Shaw Public School, David Booth, professor of dramatic arts at the Faculty of Education, University of Toronto, has been invited to work with a grade 1 class. He will use drama to allow the children to invent solutions to a problem in a picture book.
Do you remember last week I read you a story? It was called The King's Fountain. Yeah. And here it is. What was it about?
About the old man going to the king.
He went to the king? Well, why did the old man go to the king?
So we can get the water back.
Well, who took the water?
The king.
And he wants to build this great big fountain. Let's try to find a picture of the king in here. Do you remember when the old man spoke to the king and said,
yeah.
Right, let's see, here's a picture of the king right here. Can you see him? He looks very angry. And he's saying to the poor old man over here, I'm going to build that fountain, and it's going to be a wonderful fountain. And I'm, right, what did he say there?
Snap my fingers.
If I snap my fingers,
You'll go to jail.
You'll go to jail.
No, I'll call my guards.
Well, he did say exactly that. I'll call my guards, and then...
I'll snap my fingers, then you'll go to jail.
That's the way. Good work for both of you. Now, down in the village, of course, where you, the villagers, live, there won't be any water.
Yes, it will.
Oh, no, the king will need it all. The king will need all the water that there is.
You said me and Sean could be the guards.
There will be guards. Where are you and Sean now?
I'm right here.
Sean, come stand beside me so I have my guards. You can stand one on each side of me. Because I'm going to make an announcement to the people now, and I need my strong guards. What kind of weapons do you have?
I have a spear.
And what do you have?
I have,
Should we have 2 spears and a shield?
yeah,
Yeah,
two spears
And a shield. All right. Have you got the shield? Show me the shield now. Excellent. Show me yours. And show me the spear. And what does it say on your shield there?
Fight.
It says fight on his shield. What's your shield say?
Fight the villagers.
Fight the villagers on his shield. I'm not going to come. Stand, all you villagers. The king's about to come in. Now, when the king comes in, don't forget, villagers, this is the king. Make a space for the king to come in with. Here's a space here. Are we ready now?
Yes.
Here comes the king. My guards, are you ready?
Yes.
My guards and I have come here to the village today to announce to you the building of the new fountain. It's going to be the most wonderful fountain anyone's ever seen. And I will build it on the mountain where I live, by my palace. And it will keep my animals fresh and alive. My flowers will blossom. My body will be clean and my teeth will shine and my crown will gleam and my palace walls will be the cleanest palace in the world. I'm going to build a fountain and you can look at the fountain once a year. I will need all of your water, though, for the fountain. So you people down in the village, I'm taking the river that runs down the hill to the village. I'm taking all that water from the river. Right, guards?
Right.
So that you will be having no water. You'll have to move or something. Thank you, villagers. Good day. Sit down now. Just sit by me for the moment. I'm not the king now, so you have to relax. What did you find out?
That I'm taking your water.
I'm taking your water.
I'll wash my crown.
His crown will be shining. What else did you use the water for down in the village before the king's going to take it all away? What'd you use it for?
The water makes everything grow.
Well, would you tell that to the king when he comes?
Yeah.
I think he should hear this. Now, the king's going to speak in a minute. People.
What?
My guards have told me that there's some trouble down here because you think there's trouble if I take away the water. Just what is the trouble if I take away the water?
We'll die because of the water.
Well, you'll have to move somewhere else then. I mean, if there's no water, I can't help that. I need the water. Yes, guards.
When you snap your fingers.
That's right. I can snap my fingers, and my guards can take you away. Do remember that. And that's the way it is. Sit down. That king. He's made this fountain, and it seems to be taking everything away from you. Is that true?
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
We'll hide the water.
But what will you do when the buckets of water are all gone?
Let's put the water back to the thing.
Where will you get the water?
From the king.
From the fountain?
Yes.
You're going to sneak up to the fountain and get the water?
Yes.
While the king and the guards are sleeping?
Yes.
Won't there be a guard on duty?
No. Me and Sean will.
Well, he says there'll be guards on duty.
We'll shoot a rock in his brain. Yeah.
You'll knock the guard out?
No. Yes. No, you guys won't.
These guards are pretty strong and they have shields and they have spears. How could you fool the guards?
Easy.
Well, tell me how.
Sneak up in the guard.
Sneak up on the guards and do what?
And get the water.
All right. You think you can do it?
Yeah.
Who will volunteer to be the 2 people who try to get the first water from the fountain?
Okay, you gotta sneak up behind me.
Go to the back of the rug and try to come up here very quietly so we don't hear. Guards, we'll face this way. Now, we're standing here. We're not going to hear a word. Guards, how are things going? Pretty well?
Yes.
Any sounds or any things you've seen lately, guards?
No. No.
How is that fountain going?
Fine.
That's good. I'm glad. Did I just hear something?
Yes, you did. And
Did you hear it too?
yes. Yes.
What could it be?
Might be one of those villagers sneaking up. 2 of them, I think.
Let's see. You people, my guards have come and got me and told me that villagers are trying to steal the water from the fountain. Is this true?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Why are you taking water, villager?
To drink.
Well, why can't you drink water in your own village without taking my fountain water?
Because we don't have any water.
Where did it go?
You can't take ours. You take it.
I'm sorry. Guards, very quietly take these people, and they'll have to be put in prison. You people in the village, listen to this. So far, I have 2 of your villagers imprisoned by my guards. You are not to take the water from the fountain. All the guards, everybody out here for now, Sean, everybody. Now I'm not the king. Is that clear?
Yes.
I'm just me. He's put 2 of your friends in jail. He won't let you have the water. What's your next plan?
Disguise yourself as the king and then say, open the door and get in jail.
He's saying disguise as a king. And who will you say go to jail?
The guards.
You mean the king's going to order the guards to go to jail?
Yeah.
But it'll be a disguised king.
Yeah.
I like the idea. All right, everybody stay seated.
Yeah.
Guards, you stay here. All right, guards will stay here by me. Who thinks they're going to be disguised as the king? Was it your idea? You can try it. Now, first of all, what will he wear as looking like a king?
The beard. Costume.
He's going to wear a beard. Tell me other things.
His crown.
Over here. His crown. What else?
And his clothes.
What kind of clothes?
King's clothes. The king's clothes.
Like what? Help him out. What can Jack wear?
Gold clothes.
Gold clothes.
Gold.
What else?
Gold tongue.
Remember that golden tongue from the story?
Yeah.
Good remembering. All right, here we go then. Stand up, everybody. Make a space for the king to come up. Imitation king, where are you? There. Go to the back, Jackie. Here we go, Jackie.
But we 2 are on duty, me and Sean.
You're on duty. Now, you think he's the king.
Yeah.
And he's going to tell you something about the fountain. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. No.
Give me the keys. He's not the king. I know. He's not the king.
He looks like the king. Do you think he's the king, you people?
Listen here, there's 2 kings. Yeah.
Everybody, sit down fast. What are you going to do?
I think get the water back.
Get the water back? You have come to my palace to get the water back for the people?
Yeah.
Why?
We heard that.
We did. Why do you want the water back?
I heard the animals. Stand up on guard.
My guards are ready. This imposter has come forward here.
Snap your fingers.
Just a moment. I'm very worried. I'm worried that someone has come all this way to my fountain to get the fountain back for the people. Why have you done this?
So we could drink and feed the animals. Take him out. Can't take
You
him.
villagers. You stand.
You go.
There are 2 kings here. This one has come to get water for the village, and I'm the king that built the fountain. Who do you feel would be the best king? Or he'll answer.
He's the one who's the king
Why do you say that?
because he wants to get the water back for the villagers.
I'm going to make an announcement. Because this man was so brave, I have decided to let him be king. Are there any other villagers who wish to speak?
I wish.
Stand up. What do you think we should do?
Make him a king or him a king? Him.
I don't know what to do now.
You should share half for you and a half for us.
Now, just a moment. We have to discuss this carefully. New king, you make the decision. Guards, over here by me. Make the decision, new king. Stand up. Sit down, you. With your idea. I appreciate your idea. What do we do?
You go find your own water and build your own fountain.
He has said I should leave. And I and my guards, we will leave. Stand up. And will you be a good king?
Yes.
And what will you do for the people of the village?
Let them have the water.
Will you?
Yes.
And will you rule well and fairly?
Yes.
My guard, you have to make a decision, my guards. Will you come with me, or will you stay with the village and the new king?
The village. I'll stay with the village.
And you?
I'll stay with you.
Why?
Because you're the best king.
Stand and bow to the new king. Accept the guard. And you are coming with me? Will you be my new guard? Will you help me rule the new people?
Yeah.
What do you think I should do with the new people? Build a new fountain?
Yes. And build a new castle.
And will I have you as the guard?
Yes. I'll help you.
Will you help me build the fountain?
Yes.
And in the new village, when I build the new fountain, will you guard it?
Yes.
And you think I should build the new
I'll
fountain?
sleep up there with the fountain.
Will you sleep there right with it?
Yes.
And do you think I should build another fountain?
Yes. 2 fountains. So they'll check the wrong one.